Hello, hello. Welcome. We're back once again here now with week 3 of the GRLCS season 14. I am Retsko Dragon with my co-caster for tonight. It's going to be Images. For tonight, we have just two games for tonight. Or not tonight, it's pretty much afternoon, but this afternoon we have Lean Smokers versus the Spawn Points, and then we have uh, Lighthouse Storm versus the Get Money Boys of our Vastaya conference. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into these games. You want to go ahead and introduce these teams to us?
Yes, on the blue side for lean smokers, we have Kariko going Gragas in the top lane. We got Smoke Lean going Hecarim in the jungle. We got DSI or L, I think it's DSL going mid lane with Azir. And we got So Carry in the bot lane with Senna. And then Timbits in the bot lane with Morgana.
Yeah, pretty nice roster for them. But now over on for the get the oh I forgot to switch this on over to there you go, game one. Here it is. Over on for spawn point side, we have or on the red side, we have Spawn Point, Roy Splits in the top lane playing Shen, SP Pillars in the jungle playing Skarner. In the mid lane, we have Alpgore, who's going to be spawning all of them out in this early invade, with thanks to that little orb of hers. And then for the bot lane, we have Ziv and Fearzing playing the Misfortune and Seraphine bot lane.
And those are the type of strategies early that you want to kind of throw people off. Like once you do that, like all five going top, like it's kind of unheard of for a little bit. So that's kind of the stuff that you want to do to catch these teams off guard, just so you can get a little bit of an early start on all these fights.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you're if you watch any of like GSM's games or like some of our more established communities within GRLCS where they've been playing for many splits in a row, or even just returning splits, you notice that they like to do their five stacks, and that's like the lean smokers are no exception. They doing that little five stack could cheese out a pretty nice one or two kills, even or maybe just a summoner or two.
And on the side of lean smokers, kind of looking at their team that we got here with Gragas at the top lane against Shen, it's going to be kind of them just still beefing each other up back and forth. Gragas does have the little advantage with his range on his barrels, but on their team comp, I can easily see Morgana landing a Q, Gragas throwing his ult, flying someone back, and then Smokeling coming in with Hecarim ult, and then to finish him off with a Zero ulti and a little cleanup with Senna. I think it'd be a perfect little combo for them to kind of play off of this whole time.
Yeah, they have pretty strong laning phases for all of them. And not to say that top lane is a pretty easy lane for Kuroko. Rosebud's playing that Shen does have quite a bit of damage, but right now Kuroko is doing a great job at trading it out with him.
And with Seraphine and the bot lane, they're able to put a lot of pressure on top of them. Even with Morgana having the spell shield, Seraphine is still very pesky and annoying to deal with.
Very much so, especially if you could try to combine it, the double E alongside of Ziv's Make It Rain, I believe is the E. Just be able to get that slow off, and then it turns Seraphine's E into a root and then a stun. Really useful for that, but still doesn't limit you from only doing that. You can still only just do a single part E, not utilizing your passive, and still get a root off, which is still pretty impactful.
And with them running the Hecarim on the side of lean smokers, you always have the ability to at least kind of dive in on one person and blow them up. So with them kind of, if Smokeling gets a little bit ahead and then Ziv is a little bit behind, if I was that Hecarim, I'd be headhunting that Misfortune the whole time, even Seraphine. But Seraphine has a little bit more CC, so that'd be a little bit more, I think, dangerous for me instead of just jumping straight into MF, not being able to really react to it.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, it is quite the lane. We're looking over now over for SP Pillars, who's actually doing an invade over on the Hecarim's jungle since they spotted out Hecarim near the top side. We're just going to go ahead and look for camps and perhaps maybe a little bit more since the dragon is spawning up soon. But DSL is going to go engage onto Albacore. SP Pillars is here to stop a little bit of that. Maybe even get a kill. Flash is coming out from both sides. Flash from, well, yeah, pretty much everyone used their flash there, even Smokeling. in order to try to pick up a kill, but it looks like SP Pillars will be the one coming out on top of that. But currently, Spawn Point will be picking up first blood.
That is unfortunate for the side of Lean Smokers. Came in, thought they had it, was going there, and then ended up GSL dying to the Skarner in the bush. And I kind of thought Smoke Lean would at least be able to see it a little bit earlier, just to let them know, just a heads up, maybe like a second sooner to kind of step back a bit. But I guess it just came too sudden with the Scorpion in the bush, and then able to pick up the kill, and with the flash from a Big Or, was able to get it out just scot free, like nothing happened.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see Skarner. We don't really see too much of him. Not really a part of the what we would consider is the really strong junglers right now, but he does make sense in terms of he has a pretty decent wave clear or can't clear. He has pretty decent dueling powers. It's just that he has a pretty limited range in order to how to deal with things, considering that he plays around his pillars a lot in order to do a lot of things, or at least be at his most effectiveness. And so it's pretty interesting to see a Skarner, especially because he was on the roster for the champion update, or vote on champion update, but Udyr will be the one making it up for the champion update.
So yeah, I understand the whole thing for like Udyr, getting a new kid, it's old and everything, but for me, I'm just a huge fan that I think Skarner needed a rework to just change it all up.
Oh, that was a great binding. He's able to get onto Fearzing. Gonna have to flash away, and the Shen ulti coming out. But now the Shockwave is going to pull in two people here. It's 5v3 now, seeing that Smokelane has already died. Kirko doesn't have his TP just yet in order to make it down there. So he's just going to be pushing out that top lane while DSL is going to be caught out and killed. Looks like that's going to be a dragon in favor for Spawn Point, as well as two more kills for themselves. Ooh.
And Spawn Point was able to get out of there scot free, even with landing the Q bind and them going in with like kind of how I said earlier on how they would be able to capitalize and everything. They just weren't able to do enough damage just yet, a little early for them to get that damage off and kill them. But they were able to fend off lean or Spawn Point was able to fend off Lean Smokers and get out of there, even though they had to burn some flashes here and there. It was definitely worth it on their side for them to be up 3-0 right now in the kill lane.
Very much so. I mean, having three kills, two of them on your Orianna, who's going to scale up pretty well, especially now with the blue buff, being able to maybe insert a little bit more of this mid lane dominance against Azir. Going to be very helpful for Spawn Point. This is one of their pivot points in order to try to maybe look for a way to snowball their leads a little bit. It looks like we're going to be seeing some rotates here. It's pretty interesting to see in gold, to see that you're going to be rotating your top to bot, and then bot to top. But very nicely optimized because we have Herald Hub in about 30 more seconds.
Yeah, and then they'll just give an extra person up there to do that Herald fight and have one more person on the top side to kind of go. But since they've also answered to them on the top side, there is also two more of them on that side. So it adds up to a little bit more shakier on those scuttle fights. Or not scuttle fights, scuttle fights as well, but also just the Herald.
Right now, Ziv and the Fearzing are taking pretty good dominance in their lane, regardless of moving up to the top lane. They're having really good pressure over onto the side of Lean Smokers, making it pretty difficult for them to really try to have a lot of breathing room. Ooh. Kirko throwing out that ulti and interrupting the recall there, and here comes the engage. Smokeling uses the ulti in order to get on top of the three-man fear. Fearsing is going to be going low, going down now, thanks to Smokeling, and now it's on the collapse over an SP Pillars, who maybe stepped up just a little too far forward. That's two kills and a Herald for them, seeing that now it's a 4v2 situation, splitting up 2v2. Here comes the Emperor's Divide, and now Ziv has to make his way out of here, but I don't think he'll be able to. Got the Ignite taking down on him, so 10 bits is going to be picking up the kill there, while Orianna is stuck on the other side of the wall, unable to really assist her team.
They are just moving as a squad on the side of Spawn Point, and Lean Smokers is able to get to recognize that, see where they're at, and then even coordinate a counter against it for them to charge in after that. Because with Hecarim ult, they were all feared, so that they gave them time to kind of catch up. And while they were there, they're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go for the one who's super squishy. Let me just kill Seraphine real quick. Let me get some kills up." And with that, they were able to even to get Ziv they're even gonna get Ziv because he went up to the bush trying to face check it, and then they forget that a Morgana's there. So it was very unfortunate on their side. But now it's shaped up to a 3-3 with a gold advantage on the side of Lean Smokers. And both of these teams are 2-0 right now in the league. So after this, someone will not be undefeated.
Yeah, it is a battle of titans right now for the Vastaya split on in gold capped. It is quite the matchup we're going to see. Who's going to be maybe making some clear defining borders of who's the top team, who's not the top team. We're seeing in Spawn Point had a really good early game, but not to count out Lead Smokers, they got 3 kills in return and kind of making their way back into this game now.
And playing that Oriana against Azir is a perfect play in my opinion. It's a little it's Oriana's always a very safe pick just because you have a little bit more range than some of the other people. But with someone like a Azir who has to keep his distance to where he's able to use his soldiers and to capitalize off of that, if you kind of use the ball to get a little bit more damage here and there and some more poke just a bit just for the jungler to kind of come in, it's a little bit harder for people that aren't as used to playing Azir to kind of keep up with everything just because of the higher skill gap to play into it.
Yeah, very much. So, also, I'm not personally. I don't think Azir is that strong. Maybe not this patch. Just like some things are just not lining up for him necessarily. We have seen him a lot, but I haven't really seen a successful run just yet in this split in these streams that we've been shoutcasting so far. I'm hoping maybe that will change with this one. See if maybe Lean Swigger's DSL is able to bring it out and show me why Zir keeps getting picked up in these games.
Well, I mean, it's always just a strong ult from Azir. Like that's one thing. But definitely the damage isn't there as much compared to what we're used to seeing Azir in. And hopefully, I mean, we can kind of see Azir going back because I mean, I just love watching some good Azir plays. If you're watching Worlds this past year, crazy Azir plays going on. So it's always a great fun time to see some of the mechanics that kind of come out of that champ, just to see it. But we do have them kind of grouping up down drag. There might be another fight coming around with everybody trying to clear wards and trying to figure out where everybody's at.
Yeah, one thing I do want to point out there is that Smoke Lean was the only person to pick up those turret plates because AD Carry wasn't able to get an auto attack down on the tower, so he wasn't able to claim those platings for himself. It all went over to Smoke Lean. Quite unfortunate for that. So, I mean, it's nice because that's kills worth of gold over to Smoke Lean, but I would have also liked to have seen on AD Carry, see maybe he could snowball his leads a little bit more.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, 80 carry. That's such a nice name. I was over here. It looks like an S to me, but 80 carry, that is such a sick name to kind of go up. Oh, they got their sights set right now.
Yeah, they're looking to try to maybe get a little bit more of this dragon controller moving around. Timbits is able to get spot at least 2 of them out, lands the binding even, and onto one. They do see him on the ward, so they know that 3 people's at the minimum is over here. TP coming in from Kuriko, he's looking maybe trying to make a collapse, and 80 carry is able to land the grass right there, but looks like Abagor isn't able to flash out. Same with Fiercing, going to be flashing out into a little bit better position to force or is the Lean Smokers into more H hope points where it would be a little bit more favorable to fight. But right now, they're pushed off the site. They're away from Dragon and need to maybe make something happen, or else they're going to be losing this. SB Pillars is running in there deep as alongside of Smoke Lean. He's going to be blown up as well, but it looks like now it's pretty good ultis coming out from Misfortune, but she's just going to be falling out as well. SB Pillars is running away pretty far. DSL whiffs a little bit onto the Emperor's Divide, but no matters. It's going to be a triple kill for Kuriko, and yeah, that's a 3-4-1 trade. Smoke Lean only one falling there, but SB Pillars is too low in order to try to contest for this dragon.
And what a turn of events there. Just going like, oh man. With the first side, I'm going to say is the part of Lean Smokers. That's exactly what I was saying earlier with how the team comp's going to kind of play with them sending one in and then another ult and another one. Like it's just a layered attack to where Smoke Lean was able to get in there, disrupt it a bit, and catch them off. And once they did that, all the ults started flying. 80 carry through the ult up to chunk a good amount of people. And with that, it was able just to kind of get in the turn fight. With Ziv throwing out the ult for MF, it was kind of tough Like people think maybe, oh, should have thrown it a little sooner. It's hard because there's only one of them there. You're not going to waste the ult just on a Hecarim flying up. You're not going to waste the ult on just one of them. You're kind of wanting to get a lot more people in that ult so they can kind of spread out the damage. But they just kind of got stagger attacked, and then it just did not work out for the side of spawn point on that.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate that it wasn't able to work out for them, but uh, see if they can maybe make a turnaround here for spawn point. They did have a pretty strong early game. Oriana is still the one with a lot of kills, but now Kiriko's getting quite a bit of damage over the Rosebuds. Rosebuds are going to get pushed away by the Pharaoh, but not killed. Nicely done over it for Rosebuds, duking out a little bit, forcing out the ulti, and still living through all of that. But he's going to have to recall here, use his TP in order to not really get messed up here. But here comes the Encore coming down with Seraphine. Pretty bit damage over on the Timbits. Does get the stun off over on the Seraphine as well. AD Carry does pick up one kill. Will you be picking up the second one? No, it looks like Ziv will pick up a double kill instead for himself.
Great play by the side of 80 carry, not letting Seraphine get away for that kill. Kind of saw how it was going. Timbits was getting chunked by him being caught right there. But I mean, even with that happening, he was able to flash over, pick up the kill, and then almost kind of secure the double kill against Ziv. But Ziv wasn't the one being targeted, so he was just sitting there with a little bit more health than everybody.
Very much so. Great ulti from Firasing with the Encore into the E to really make sure that they are stun blocked. For Ziv to do a lot of that damage as well. Really nice to see. But maybe and get transferring some of these kills over to Ziv might be what they need. Smokely's going to have to use his ulti in order to get out of there. First turret is going to go over to the spawn points, going over to Ziv. Solo gold for himself, so that's a lot of money for him.
And watching this Rosebud up here go against Kiriko, I just feel so bad at the time. It just feels annoying. Like I'm watching and oh, here comes SG Pillar
Yeah,
throughout the ult.
Gurko. Yeah, great ulti in order to stop SP Pillars and cutting him off there. Really nice done, Gurko.
'Cause, I mean, this is just some solid Gragas play, and that's why it's just so annoying. And going Everfrost, you have the activate ability on it to where you're able to pretty much line up another stun. So you throw it out. If it catches someone, they get pretty much frozen there, and then that's when everybody can start just jumping in and having a good time.
Yeah, I think the best combo you could probably do onto Gragas, I haven't tested it if it actually works out this way, but you could probably body bump someone while they're stunned, use the glacial, I forgot what it's called. What is it? Everfrost? There it is.
Yeah,
Uh,
Everfrost. Yeah.
yeah, use the Everfrost in order to lock down CC them, and then use your ulti if you need to in order to reposition them as well, so... really nice pickup for the Everfrost. I usually see the Night Harvester, but I like the utility that Everfrost gives you instead.
And you don't really see a lot of people use it. I've personally only built it during Aerith. So I built it on, not on Grogs, obviously, because it's Aerith, but on anybody. And it was just a fun little mechanic just because you get the cooldown so fast. But, oh, Rosebud's trying to get some damage out to this 80 carry. Ow.
Yeah, but it looks like Smokely's looking for a little bit of revenge. Going to go ahead and devastating charge on Rosebuds. They're taking tower right now, but it looks like Smokely will be securing that kill. Wow, now it looks like Timbits over into mid lane is able to assist for this kill. But while all of that's happening, we have a little bit of sneaky little Herald picking up here. Not necessarily, I don't personally think it's that worth it in order to grab that, as opposed to... Actually, it's not too bad because Dragon is spawning up here soon. You can drop that Herald down, create some pressure, and then you can rotate on over to the Dragon Pit. So, not too bad.
And that's kind of something that they would need to do just to kind of space out the side of Lean Smoker. Spawn Point's going to want to kind of add distraction with that since they have it, just so that they can get the pressure off him because they already blew up the tower right there in mid. So that's one thing down. Drag's going to be up in 24 seconds. They just cut another tower top. It feels like it's all kind of caving in. But if you put the Herald, you can easily get another tower from that as long as it's used effectively. And if the fight kind of lasts a bit longer near Drag, you can definitely let just the Herald go to work, whatever lane he's in. Just by keeping them longer, it's already an advantage. Even if you come out with the loss on there, the Herald could still kind of get some more, movement on the map by them taking out some towers.
Yep, yep, yep. And now we're over onto this Ocean Drake here. Let's going to be the third streak of the game. At the 8 here, he's taking a huge chunk of his health down thanks to Albagore. Here comes the Encore, but whiffs a little bit. Didn't hit any champions in order to extend that duration. We have a full fight coming in. Huge shockwave into the bullet time here, and so that's 2 members already down for the side of Lean. Kiriko is still stuck into the Dragon Pit. He's going to use stopwatch. Maybe he can use his... Oh, no, just going to use his flash instead. Doesn't have the body bump in order to get on out of there. So that's a clean Dragon over for the side of SP Pillars. But they're not done yet. They're looking for blood. DSL is on the target, able to get the root off, and now he's going to be falling down. Kiriko is now looking to run away, trying to get on out of here. Doesn't want to get caught up too much in all of this and try to take you know, whatever they can back in order to make sure they don't lose too much, stem some of this bleeding.
And right now, that chase down ability, like, it just worked out so well for all of them. Like, they just had one. The Shen flies in, stops him. The Skarner catches up, able to put the able to proc him with his stun. Open. Here comes a little bit of attack back from Smokeling.
Yeah, they're looking to try to make something happen. Flash from Timbits is going to be going down, but unfortunately, no binding will be caught catching anyone slacking.
And I mean, this is still anyone's game. The gold difference isn't too big on both sides. It's we're only up about like 2k gold on the side of Lean Smokers, but on the side of Spawn Point, you have the drag up. We have 2 drags compared to them, but also Lean Smokers have 3 towers down instead of 2 towers from the side of Spawn Point. But they also have some more damage down on the side of Lean Smokers' second tier tower, or
Mm-hmm.
one. Yeah, their second tier tower. There's some more damage there. So if they get like a couple picks, maybe an ace, they're able to definitely push that mid lane a little bit farther than the side of Lean Smokers.
Definitely. So now we're looking. Is everyone going to be slowing down a little bit? No real neutral objectives to grab here. Tower's already on the map, but you're not going to be necessarily looking for those. While SP Pillars looking actually to maybe get a pick off here. Going to be using a lot, but the spell shield is going to be saving Smoking Lane just a little bit here, but he needs to get out of there. They have TP coming in too. That is a 5-man team able to pick out Smoke Lane because he just couldn't get on out of there. He was getting pulled, dragged, charmed, rooted, slowed. He even tried to use his ulti and the flash in order to get out of there, but it still was not enough.
Even with Fearzing missing the ult, I don't know if you saw that from the side of the red buff. Threw that out, missed it just a bit, barely, just because what's it called? SP Pillar was able to pull him just away from it, pulled him away from the ult, but they're still able to kill it, even with Morgana slapping the bud shield, the black shield onto it.
Yeah, last shield will be saving him just a little bit. Like I said, unfortunately, he had to burn a lot there, but fortunately for the side of Lean Smokers, they don't really get too much off of this. They got one more kill, which is, yeah, great in order to try to close out some of this gap, but one kill is not necessarily just going to be it alone. You need to try to maybe layer that up on with some objectives. Kiriko now looking to take advantage of Civ right here. Wow, Rosebud's already having an ulti back up. He is going to be getting on out of there, or getting on in there, while Kiriko is trying to get on out.
And Gragas is just able to just make it out of that while they just start Baron up here. I don't know if they're actually going for it, or if they're just kind of pulling them this way to start a fight or something.
Perhaps, but they don't necessarily have the tanky stats in order to try to really do that, since Smoke Lane wasn't in the area just yet in order to help them out with some of the tanking. So you move on over to the mid lane now. I'm going to do a little bit of our classic NA ramming. Just going to be going a little bit back and forth, just farming a bit. We do see that Gragas, at the very least, is staying in the side lanes, grabbing some jungle camps in order to try to make sure that he's staying with level and with the just about as much as gold as he needs to. He's a very strong unit over onto the side of the Lean Smokers, so he wants to make sure that he stays that way. Especially because he could be just one of those pivoting points for his team, and he needs to stay as that.
And with this match and how it's kind of going back and forth, and he said the favorite A ramming right here, they're kind of setting up. If he just presses up just a little bit, Smoking is definitely going to bite and go for it. Even with Morgana on the bottom side, I think they could still get the kill off. But with them kind of just backing off, still waiting for this drag to pop up in 35 seconds, we're gonna see who kind of goes in for the kill because all the ults are up on the side of spawn point, and all the ults are up on the side of lean smoker. So this might be very exciting Dragon Pit right now.
Yeah, we are seeing them rotate on over. 80 carries not here just yet because he took a little bit of a late back. So the missed timing is going to be hurting just a little bit since they're not just there yet. But Dragon's not here, so uh, whatever the case is, all they have to do is give up a little bit of the initiative over onto the side, but they are able to get it. Oh man, I'm already forgetting his name. His fortune over with the bind, but now it looks like SP Pillars is going to be suppressing Smokelane a little bit, but able to get on out of there. It looks like Kiriko is into the deep line. He's doing quite a bit of damage, but so is Rosebuds. He is able to take down two with him. Gordon now flashing in order to kill out a carry, and now it's a 2v1 situation with Rosebuds being the last one alive. He's going to be dashing away, but I don't think he will be doing anything more than just that.
And Kuriko just going in, showing people what's up with the belly bump, just punishing right now. Everyone just kind of flying in, throwing the CC with his belly bump is just so intense right now because he has the damage, he has the Zonias, he has the Everfrost to keep you where you're at when it's up, and he's just going on a rampage. Because I feel like this guy's running some Moby boots the way he's been flying around this map. But with Lucidity boots, he gets the cooldown on all his abilities, so his belly bump comes up a lot faster than going another boot route.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting. We're seeing how often he's actually using that body slam, which has been doing really good for him. He's been, moving around the map a lot, or not just the map, but moving around in a lot of these team fights, able to stop a lot of these important ultis that's going out. So we saw SP Pillars who's dragging Smokeling further away from the fight, but then Nikuriko able to land that body. He slammed onto him, was able to stop that ulti, and then just drag his team or get back into the fight with his teammate.
And on spawn point in that last fight, I just think it was just uncoordinated on how they were going to take down who they wanted to focus. Because I mean, you saw SP Pillar. Uh, oh, here comes
Oh,
some
Kiriko
trouble.
is just going godlike on the rift there. Ooh, nice combo, but gonna have to use the
Literally, just
ulti for
put
that, unfortunately.
the combo on everybody right there. That I mean, he had to use it unfortunately, but with their ADC down, a lot of their damage is done on the side of spawn point. They kind of just really have to worry about the Oriana on the damage wise aspect because with Kirko just beating up on Rosebud. I mean, Rosebud did as much as he could against the Gragas, I believe. Both were playing very great up there in the top lane. It's just sometimes it's just that barrel, that champ diff, a little bit of range compared to a melee top laner.
Yeah, it was an attempt at a steal from Fiercing using the E in combination with the ulti, but unfortunately, not going to take away that Baron. And it's a 5-man Baron over for the side of Lean Smokers. Let's see what they're going to be doing with that. It looks like DSL is going to be using his TP first, and then maybe going for a recall.
Yeah, he had to he had to show that he needed to get places a little bit faster. So he had to back up a bit and then come back into it. With
Very
the
interesting.
side of spawn point on this, it feels like the momentum is obviously on the side of the lean smokers because they just got the Baron. But for them, they just kind of have to plug the holes right now, kind of wear the Baron buff out. One advantage is that the minions come a little bit faster to them. So if they're able to clear them a bit, they're able to get some more gold on their side for them to kind of cut down the difference. And they just can't be getting caught out from the side of lean smokers. Lean smokers just can't get them because if they do, then it's just going to make the gap even bigger. But they're both sitting at 2 drags right now. But I would really start kind of trying to look if they can put like a Oriana ball on Shen, throw him in there, throw the shockwave with what's it called, with MS ult on top of it to try and see what's happening, or even just Seraphine kind of locking down one person and then just blowing up the side of Kiriko.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, some of these team fights, like you said, have been uncoordinated, so if they can maybe go ahead and try to look for some of these Squambo combos, maybe not just on the Shen, they could also do it on SP Pillars, considering that he has the Turbo Chem Tank in order to try to get in there as well. If he can get in there, throw in the aftershock, or not aftershock, the Shock Wave, and then having just lockdown CC, because they have a lot of lockdown AoE lockdown CC over on the side of spawn points. So if they're able to get the combo out, and then having Ziv right here as a misfortune using the bullet time in order to really get a really pivotal damage on not necessarily needing it on all five, just maybe like two, maybe on like a good 3 or 4.
And that's all you really need just to make it that next difference in the next fight. And it's just the little things. That's really it is. If you just get the little things down a little bit better on the side of spawn point, just by knowing who they're going for. Right now, it might be Smoke Lean getting caught out.
Wow, Flash is used by SP Pillar. He has the Nimbus Cloak, so he is also a little bit faster to get to Smoke Lean, but looks like they're just going to be leaving it out. Because Smoke Lean is so far away from the rest of the team, it would be really impossible for him to try to drag it all the way to, or really impossible for Spawn Pillar, or yeah, SP Pillars in order to try to move him all the way back to his team. Really far away to do that, so he backed off there. Gonna save his ulti for whenever this team fight happens, because the dragon is spawning up here in about 10 more seconds.
And the bad part is they can't get kind of the sneak engage with him by him flashing over and throwing himself at the other team to get the ult, because he used the flash there to try and catch Smoke Lean. But Hecarim's very fast horsey and was able just to barely make it out of there by popping his ult. And we got some action right here. Oh, from behind.
Here it is. Ooh, good encore. Going on to one person thanks to the Black Shield, but a full bullet time down over on a Kiriko means to shut down on him. Now, oh, huge shockwave over the AD carry. He's going to go down as well as Smoke Lean, and now Timbit and DSL are the only ones surviving. DSL does have his Emperor survive, but I don't think he'll be able to necessarily use that. That was a great engage from Spawn Point there.
That was a nice engage from spawn point on that side of it. But for them to even dodge Kiriko coming from behind, it took a full loop. I didn't even know that Kiriko was behind them. So for them to survive that and then make it out for them with missiles flying from Ziv, and that's where you want the gold going to right now, because Abigor is already up there, already chunking. He throws one ball on Senna, there goes half of her health. Now, getting the money to the side of Ziv, that's going to add way more damage potential. Obviously, going to add more damage, but way more kill potential for when they catch these people out.
Yeah, very much so. But now we're seeing a little bit of a smaller gold difference here. It's not as big as it was. It's now hovering more so at the 2k gold range rather than 3k. Still about an item down, more like one of the Grievous Wounds items, since they only cost 2,500, I believe now. It's pretty good, but in any case, there is some stats that they are down by. As collectively as a team, a lot of this gold is going to be concentrated over on Albigor and a little bit on Zid, while over onto Leensmoker's side, it's mainly over onto Kuriko.
And with that Moon Staff down for the side of Seraphine, it's going to give a nice little boost to all her shields that she's throwing out. And going to the charm.
Yeah, fully committing over to that. Doesn't have the encore right now, but it is on a somewhat lower cooldown. So this is a window for Leensmokers to look for a fight, since encore is down now.
And SG Player, careful where they're at. They don't really have vision up there, but on the side of Leensmokers, they got all the vision in the world by this Baron pit. And Baron's up for another 15 seconds. I wonder if they're going to try and start the fight, or if they're going to try and pick someone off and then go for Baron.
Cats may have. They are staying around the area, seeing if they can catch anyone who's going to be coming up forward. But on the opposite side, if we see SB Pillar or Spawn Point, they're doing pretty much the same thing. They're hiding in bushes, seeing if maybe we can catch someone who steps up a little too far forward. I'm going to be checking all these bushes in order to clear out some of these wards. They know where they are at now. AD carry with insane range. But speaking of, let's go ahead and do a souls check real quick at 73 souls, which is about 3 upgrades. So you're 1 upgrade, you're 25 range higher than a Caitlyn right now. Pretty nice, pretty nice.
And that's what you want. You want to get to the later game this on the side of Leensmokers. Oof, tried team with the steal.
Yeah, blue team able to pick up the Baron there, but that also means now Ziv doesn't have his bullet time. So if they want to try to do a fight in order to clear out some of these Baron buffs, they don't have that pretty pivotal tool in order to do that now, which is quite unfortunate. We saw how much work it did on for the Kiriko in order to really just melt him down without utilizing too many resources. But now that it's down, it's something they have to worry about, especially against all these minions. Let DSL go and get chunks for half, because that's just Avocor things.
I'm telling you, you better be careful. Once that shockwave goes, maybe it just chunks out. Maybe it just blows up Senna sooner or later. Just one combo, just like how Kirko has been going around, just throwing himself at everybody. So, with the Baron buff kind of pushing in on the lane, it's still anyone's game. I mean, the gold gap kind of got extended out a little bit more because of the Baron pickup, but I still think it's anyone's game just because we were able to see the kill potential on the side of Spawn Point with them on that last fight, with them showing, hey, we can kill you, hey, we can group you guys up, we can pull off what we want.
Ooh, Kuroko in a bad situation here. He tried to step up a little too far forward, Zonya's, and then he got just absolutely collapsed on by the rest of the team. And now it's a 5-man engage in order to try to fight this. Bolt time is still not up yet, so it is still a pretty good time in order for Lean Smokers to fight, but they don't necessarily know that right now. All they know that maybe Zit does have his ultimate ready, and he's just holding on to it until a fight starts.
And on that right there on for SP pillar, or for, I guess it's just pillar. I think SP stands for spawn point. So I'm
Yeah,
just gonna go with pillars. So with pillars, he pulled the Hecarim, but he just kind of stopped moving. I guess it was for the Shen to come in and to taunt him over. But with that, I mean, I think it's just best for you to pull it as far as you can. Just pull it as far to your base as you can. You have the tower help, you have everything. If Shen pops up and then maybe needs to wait a little before he throws himself onto it, then perfect. That's fine. The longer that you're closer to the tower, the longer you have everybody around you is what you can kind of capitalize on a little bit more. And it might have been a way bigger battle for them to win on that.
looks like Kuroko is still looking for that insane flanks that we were talking about earlier. But now he's going to be regrouping with the rest of the team. Right now, Rosebud's actually very separated from the rest of his team here. He's very caught off, especially with now looking over at Ziv. He's going to be falling down too. Good charms coming out of everyone. AD Carry is going to be going in stealth while Snowclean's in the deep of it. He's in two people. Oh, he's on two people, I should say. Huge shockwave will return to this fight around a little bit. Alvor is now down, but he took down at least one person. Got other two low, while DSL is going to have to play this a little bit more carefully. He is able to pick up one kill. Now Kiriko picking up another kill with that little flashy combo with the belly bump and Everfrost.
Man, and when you see the health bars like this, like with Smoke Lean, when I see that type of bunch up on those lines, I just think, man, how am I gonna chunk these people down? Because they are some beefy champs right now. And
Yeah,
it's
this
looking like it's gonna be they're just gonna put the throttle down on the throat of the team of Spawn Point and just shove this to an end through the ult
Ooh.
out to knock her off of it.
Yeah, good job on that. So looks like that's going to be the win over for the Lean Smokers here. Kirko with nice ulti to stop that bullet time. And let me just move back over to this scene. Hey, hi. Yeah, we just saw Lean Smokers beat it out against the Spawn Point. Really close game here. This is why they're both top two teams, and got really close in the end. But it looks like Lean Smokers was able to edge it down out of there. You have any lasting thoughts you want to say?
Yes, on the side of Spawn Point, I really believe that they thought there might have been another fight after that. Like, even though they did lose that initial at the drag and caught them off to slowly being like staggerly killed right there, I think they thought that they had another fight in them because that's how close the game was. I think it was still going back and forth, even though the gold was a little bigger and it might look that much. I still think with how they were fighting and how the teams were engaging on each other, it could still go any way, and maybe the side of Lean Smoker saw them, we're like, okay, let's just finish it as fast as we can. Let's just get through it, try and secure the win, and move on to the undefeated season that they have right now.
Yeah, so that has been that game. We'll be right back to bring you with our next game, which is going to be the Lighthouse Storm versus the Get Money Boys. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. once again. Hello, hello. Here we just saw the Lean Smokers beating on out against Spawn Point, the two titans so far of the Vastaya Conference, seeing how they were used to be both 2-0 teams, but now Lean Smokers is able to move on forward to 3-0, while Spawn Point is going to be having to make their way back up a little bit, at sitting at 2-1. But enough about that game. Let's go ahead and jump right into our next one, which is going to be the Lighthouse Storm versus the Get Money Boys. So, do you want to go ahead and introduce these teams to us?
Yes, on the blue side for Lighthouse Storm, we got Lil Dizzy Jacks up in the top lane. We got something corny going in the jungle with Mundo. We got C Brown 3398 going Galio in the mid lane. We got Trustiest Karma going bot with Zaya and not Karma. We got Feeding Lesbian bot with Nautilus on the side of Lighthouse Storm.
Yeah, now over onto the side of the Get Money Boys. We have Emerson in the top lane playing the Poppy, Lord Zone playing the uh Nocturne Jungle, Cold Flow in the mid lane with the Zoe, while for the bot lane we have Marco Flavo as well as El Big Daddy is going to be playing the Kaisa and Pike. Going to be spotting out this 5-man engage, but they're going to go ahead and flash the hook already onto the Pike. We only see Champion's name, so it looks like it's going to be First Blood for C Brown. Let me go ahead and fix that for you guys. I don't know why this is the default Champion's name. Here we go.
Man, and what a nice little start for this side of Lighthouse Storm. Grabbing that in, they know they can get the engage, especially with the teams. You could tell that definitely the invade is there because on the side of Get Money Boys, I see a lot of squishy early champs. That's all I see. And the side of Lighthouse Storm, I see big tanky beefy boys that can just if you let them give them some time, they will definitely be really hard to cut through. And on the side of Get Money Boys, I kind of think they just need to for them it's they have to get ahead, they have to be doing damage because if not, it's going to be a really uphill battle for them.
Yeah, with these beefy boys, they do have a little bit of a little bit of a not necessarily rougher, but not as strong in the early game when you're considering like you're against, for instance, the bot lane. You're against a Pike, which is really good for snowballing some of these lanes. So perhaps maybe they're going to be able to use that as their way in order to really get a lead or so.
And this Poppy Jax battle, the battle of a staff and a hammer, who will win? Because
Yep,
this is going to be
classic.
trading back and forth, just beating each other.
Yep, which is stronger, the hammer or the lamppost?
I'm
Right
telling you,
now
if you
it's
give
pretty.
Jax a hammer, he could kill some people. If you give him a
Yeah.
real weapon, you're in trouble.
Yeah, if you just give him a real weapon right now, Everest hitting level 2 first is going to be doing a ton of damage to Lil Daze, and actually, or Lil Dizzy, and it's going to be getting him quite low, but pots are going to be taking in order to keep him alive there. He's going to have to actually recall here and maybe even use his TP in order to make sure he doesn't miss out some of these minions. Maybe just going to be fighting to hold it a little bit, but sacrificing early game is never going to be a fun one. When especially for this,
Oh
we're
my
gonna
gosh,
see it.
Marco
Wow.
Flavo getting caught out right here with Feeding Lesbian grabbing on. Triple stun. Able to survive
Ooh.
off of that. Beautiful stun from Pike to be able to escape and be able to save them. Because right there, Marco Flavo getting grabbed again with Trusty's Karma putting out some damage. The Ignite comes flying down from El Big Daddy and they kind of back off. They're still a little bit scared of the damage on the side of Get Money Boys, even though they had such a great engage. And Marco Flavo just standing out. I'm so surprised. Like it took me a while to kind of pick it up because I'm surprised Marco Flavo's positioning was like that. I've seen him have a little bit better positioning there with Mundo coming right back down on or coming right there at just the right time they needed.
Yeah. It is pretty interesting to see. Wow, it looks like Trustiest Karma is going to be taking
Ooh,
quite a bit
Big
of damage
Daddy
here.
still
Oh,
coming in, feeding Lesbian, trying to stun him off, and El Big Daddy is putting that pressure and that killing, like you said, with another action with C Brown in mid, trying to get some kills off. Cold Flow is out of mana though, gets up, C Brown putting out some damage, and they just get back to them poking at each other.
right back at it with the poking. And right now, it's not looking the greatest over for Get Money Boys, especially with C Brown going in again. Man.
Man, this is gonna be a oh my
Ooh.
gosh, with C Brown getting blown up. Cold Flow is like, yeah, man, don't worry about it. He's like, I'm Zoe. I got damage. Better watch out, Galio, because he was able to come back and just blow him up.
Quite a bit of damage there. Picking up the kill for himself is going to be making some of this laning phase a little bit easier for him, especially because he was going against the person who got first blood there. So nice for Cold Flow to get that. He did have to sacrifice his flash, but I'm sure he's going to be trading flash for kill any day. Just going to be putting him in a lot better situation for himself in this laning phase.
And Lil Dizzy going against Emery up here. Emery obviously at the beginning was able to get a nice little win on the fight to start putting damage out. But with Lil Dizzy playing Jax, I mean, the longer the game goes on, the more Jax like scales really. Like the longer it goes, the threat potential of you having to go and check on him in that separate lane while he's split pushing is just growing and growing as the minutes kind of fly by.
Yep. And now moving on forward with the rest of this game, we're seeing, wow, Golfo still taking quite a bit of damage against this Galio just because of how the lane's going. You... Sorry about that, I was chewing on something. Well, you see he's doing, you know, even with the little bit of an advantage that he has, but Everest now in the top lane, wow, ooh. Able to pick up that kill there. My goodness.
Emrys just knows what he's doing on that Poppy, and Coldflow just landing all the sleeps on C Brown. Even though he is getting chunked a bit, he's able just to throw that damage right back out with not a second to lose.
A second to lose indeed. It's looking to be, you know, it's oddly enough, we still get Money Boys get engaged on a lot, but they're actually up with 2 kills right now. So they're making their way back.
And the root comes down, but Big Daddy jumps out, has the stun, but Marco Flavo getting rooted again, but still able to put that damage to where Feeding Lesbian needs the backup.
Yep, indeed, he does need backup here because Nocturne is in the area. I don't think they sniffed it out.
Oh, here comes the flash. Here comes Lord Zoden coming in with the fear while they jump on Marco Flavo in the back, but Trustiest Karma is down with the double kill for Lord Zoten.
Yeah, Lord Zone, whatever the case is going to be quite the scary one. You don't really want to see a Fed sort of Nocturne just because he's one of those auto AD carries that relies a lot on auto attacking. The only one that comes close to that sort of assassin that needs to auto attack, what I would think is the Diana. You know, with her 3-part passive, but typically you only need like 1 hit versus Lord Zone playing Nocturne needs multiple. But,
oh, C-Brown might be in trouble here with the holding the Q for as long as he can. Big Daddy tries to get him by going in a little bit to land the stun, and Koflo does have that extra flash on there. Oh, Lil Dizzy and Emery going at it, but I think they're just going to be hitting each other, and Lil Dizzy's going to be like, I don't want to fight this anymore.
Especially when you realize, this is a Poppy, just the counter to all top laners. Just very fun to lane against, how you can just trade with her and she just gets the better end of that, especially with that ranged and power auto attack she has to get that grasp proc at the end of the fight. Just very not fun, but really useful for when you get to the later parts of the game, how strong she is whenever she can engage over onto your carry and just keep them locked down CC'd.
Emery and just something corny, just looking at each other, trying to little passing by, little salutations, but getting a little health, maybe trying to make something happen because he sees that something corny is a little weaker. Ooh. Here comes the ult coming from Lord Zoltan, but the flash comes in to save something corny, just barely, and popped his ult as well to try and get him safe there. But if he didn't have that flash, he definitely was going down right there.
Definitely indeed. And unfortunately, the ulti did not follow from Lord Zone, so it's unfortunate for something corny. Not timing it pretty well, so then Lord Zone lands, and then something corny does flash, so then it doesn't follow him all the way through.
Oh, Feeding Lesbian in trouble here with Big Daddy all coming in for the spike down bot.
And nicely done. Right there, he gets the kill with his ulti, which means that now he's sitting on a lot of gold. He's basically a millionaire now. Got 1 bounty down, and it's just how Pyke plays. But
I mean, get money, boys. Pyke, big money. Hey, they're working with their team name and comp just the way they need it. Big bucks is all they like.
True, true. The only way I could say this is more would be more of a Big Butts team is if they've had the Businessman Mundo, the Money Man Mundo skin. Really great one, but oh,
Oh, and here comes Emery, just about to die by Little Dizzy. Just unfortunate being in the bush, just so low, having the fight. And Little Dizzy, that might be the kill he needs just to get right back into it because the CS is nice. Oh, and here's Big Daddy charging up with a
whoa,
flash Q, pulls up Trustiest Karma, but flashes down.
oh no.
Trustiest Karma dodges with the ult, comes by. Marco Flavo just gets chumped sadly with the CC from feeding Lesbian. And El Big Daddy was like, yeah, I'm good, man. You have fun down there.
Coldflow on the way to
Oh,
try to
Cold
make things
Flow
happen for them.
might be in trouble. Something Corny pops ult, but then there's also the ult in from C Brown. That's two ults used, but a flash from Zoe for able to get out scot free on that one with a kill too off of something corny.
Pretty worth preventing his own death and able to pick up a kill for himself as well. So it's again making this landing phase a little bit easier for Cold Flow here. Moving on forward to the bot lane, we can see Dragon has spawned up here. Neither team has hiking it just yet, but
Oh, here comes the ult
that.
from Lord Zoltan. Doesn't have any ult to get out of it and is feared. And Bill Big Daddy comes in with the spike for the ult to give an extra gold to him. And yeah, just sets up the spike again. But Lord Zoltan was like, nah, I'm going to take this one. I need some more kills. I'm 3-0. I was 2-0. Now I'm 3-0. Now they're sitting on some nice bounties plus the extra gold from Pike.
And they have the Rift Herald free 14 minutes. This is true. This is money central. Again, Money Boys living up to their names and going to be hitting or cashing out quite well, especially for Marco Flavo, who's unable to get a lot of these kills. Going to be taking up all these turret planings for himself. So that's going to be very nice. Unable to finish off the turret here because the dragon or the herald was spawned a little early, but nonetheless, it's still going to be good regardless because they're able to pick up the dragon as well as all those turret plates. So sharing the money love for his
Hey,
team.
sharing is caring. And Get Money Boys says, get your money up, not your funny up at the end of the day.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, and that blue buff going to Zoe and or going to Cold Flow in the middle might be a little bit more trickier for C Brown to kind of get out of with the cooldown that you get from it.
You know, I'd be really interested. Now that we talked about Pike and how he's, you know, the pivotal part of Get Money Boys, because, you know, all that money, I'm curious, why not, you know, could we do a full money team where we have, like, Emrys play Gangplank in the top lane, Coldflow play TF in mid lane, Pike bot lane for that money. Who else generates money? Ashe used to, I remember that. If you remember old Ashe, he used to generate money for no reason.
Just for Ashe being the #1 tutorial champ that you play through. Yeah, that
True.
they give you the free money, all the ad money that they're getting.
True. But is there any other champions that can get you free money?
I'm trying to get it through my head. I mean, oh no, I can't really think of anything right now that I'm trying to go off of what skins they got. And I mean, my mind's going through 150 champs right now, trying to individually scope through. So, oh man.
I mean, I guess we could have Money Man Mundo in the jungle again, where he's using his business skin. That's what I like to call his business skin, the Money Man Mundo, making money moves.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
With that brick phone, beautiful.
Brick phone, throwing deaths and taxes at people. Great one indeed.
I'm trying to think of who would be in the top lane with the money. I mean, we could kind of do
obviously.
like, oh, me Gangplank, yeah. Oh man, well then, I guess I'm missing the mid lane then because we have Pike at the bottom, TF mid lane. Then we're missing the ADC, and here comes Lord Zoten coming in with the ult, and not a pretty time for little Dizzy, able to get the fear off, and Poppy on top of you. You're not really getting away from that.
You know, that is a quite terrifying combo, especially because you can't jump on out.
Here comes old Big Daddy, but he has to jump to kind of get out. He might be setting up for Marco Flavo to come in and put some damage down. And he thinks he's okay. Something corny. I mean, if I was Marco Flavo and El Big Daddy, I'd try and put some more damage down.
Oh no!
Coming in. Oh my god, feeding Lesbian throws the ult out, but just not enough. Too much walls in the way. Too much walls in the way for Nautilus to do a little bit more than just his ult up.
True. But enough talk about this theoretical full money team. Maybe this new top laner is going to open up our avenues to a full money team, but for now we're going to be engaging on the bot lane now.
Yeah, Marco Flavo getting a little pieced up, but he's really not taking that much damage. More feeding lesbians on the side that was taking it. El Big Daddy on the hunt though, goes into the bush. Trusty's Karma a little out. Ooh, tries to get the Q off and the flash from feeding lesbian. Oh, here comes something corny coming down. Marco Flavo might be in the trouble, but here comes a TP from the top lane, and it's turned around real quick. Here comes Poppy flying in. El Big Daddy flashes, tries to land the stun. Another TP from top. Trusty's Karma with the shutdown, and C Brown turns the fight around, lands the taunt on Poppy. Is tanky, but is getting chunked by all 4 members of the team down bot.
Yeah,
And with Marco Flavo able to escape.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. We saw Big Daddy use his ulti there, but it wasn't enough damage in order to finish off the kill over onto something corny. He didn't pop his ulti, so that's just the natural regen that Mundo gets from his passive, so that was able to survive him out. Oh no, Cold Flow, that's not where you want to be.
Cold Flow, you need to be careful who's in your jungle, Cold Flow. And they're just to CC, to the taunt, to the stun. Just unfortunate on the side. He thought it was his jungle, thought it was okay, forgets that the whole team is down there.
Realized it was not, in fact, his jungle. And that's going to be that engage. Showing out some of this cold cap that we saw earlier, but it's not going to be necessarily enough. Lord Zone actually looking for an engage. Ooh.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, I do some damage. Here comes the ulto, comes flying back in. He's like with the no-look pass. Oh my gosh. Oh, something corny. Just trying to add some support to the little Dizzy, but the TP in. Whoa, from Cold Flow said, all right, I'm back. Let's get some pushing. Let's get this tower. Some people are down. Let's do something.
Yeah, I think he found a TP on the ground somewhere, picked it up inside a TP on into mid lane because he has Ignite.
Oh man, oh, here comes the engage. Feeding lesbian grabs no Big Daddy, trying to maybe look for some kills, but I mean, that's not the one you want to engage on because he's able to jump out just like that.
Yeah, it is quite unfortunate, but nonetheless, they are going to be picking up a second Drake for themselves for the Get Money Boys. Going to be doing themselves pretty nicely here while Lil Lizzy is going to get quite low.
Little ult early, something corny from the backside. Emery just kind of spacing out on it, and they're just kind of trying to see what happens. They were able to kind of escape the little engage right there.
Alright, able to escape it just a little bit here. El Big Daddy trying to do a zoning sort of E.
Oh man, everyone's throwing everything. The sleep's there. That's a perfect sleep if they were all to kind of go through there. But we'll kind of see how this kind of goes. On the side of Lighthouse Storm, they're really trying to get these picks, really trying to get these kills, and really trying to get back in there with their engage. Oh my goodness. Cold Flow is online. Jeez.
He bought 1 item plus boots. He's online. He's ready to one-shot any AD carry that walks in his path. And looks like True's Karma was said AD carry.
I mean, if I'm true as karma, I really don't think that would happen. And then next thing you know, you think everything's okay, like I'll take the hit, it's fine, and then you wake up in the Shadow Realm. Like I don't know what to tell you, you're just gone.
Yeah. 1 minute you're just walking down mid lane, next minute you're waking up and he's like, what?
That's it. He's like, oh man, this is what's going on. And they're gonna pick up the Herald here, but oh man, the side of Lighthouse Storm it's an uphill battle right now, but what do you think are some ways that they can kind of get back into it that they need to kind of start working towards?
Well, if they can stall out this game, late game, they have quite a considerable late game power. I mean, they have Lil Dizzy playing that Jack's really strong late game sort of carry. We have C Brown and Corny.
Uh-oh, here comes the ult. 3 people top. Really trying to get a kill on El Big Daddy. Oh man, Little Dizzy's just getting picked on now up in the top lane. Thought he was kind of safe. Maybe shouldn't have engaged on 3, but Lord Zoten was like, yeah, there's 3 of us here.
Yeah, it was the 3 of us. It's not necessarily the same global dive comp that we've seen in the past with, I think it was like Shen, Nocturne, TF, Kaisa.
Oh, here comes the engage. Marco Flavo getting some damage out. C Brown was able to land the taunt though. Marco Flavo stuck in one spot. Lord Zoltan was able to blow up C Brown, and they were able to pull feeding lesbian back. Oh, tries to grab onto the turret to save himself, and does not make it through. And they're just charging into this base.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 5v2 situation here with Lil Dizzy and something corny. The only one's up.
Big Daddy kind of trying to snake in, land some stuns, see if he can get some kills with Cold Flow just flying in. Oh, little Dizzy jumps in. Nope, just a little, just trying to get him out of there and be like, see ya. But Cold Flow's like, I got flash, guys. We're good. Just gonna bounce around, do my thing.
Very much so, very much so. No,
Ooh,
Lil
little Dizzy
Dizzy
wants it though.
does want it, but oh, I don't want it anymore. He got to back away. He doesn't have any magic resistance. All he has is his plated skill cap boots, and man, he got chunked out quite a bit
Yeah,
right there.
that was like a little dog walking up to the big dog barking for a little bit. And it looks like the other, like it's like a medium sized dog. You don't think it's got that much bark, and then Zoe hits with her Q, and it's just just so much damage.
Yeah. Very, very scary right there. But now we're moving back into things a little bit slow down here. We have the Rift, which is going to be a Cloud Rift this game, spawning up. The drag will be spawning up here in about a minute and 20. So it's going to be not too long until that comes up here. We can look to make me for that objective to be soon. And maybe that's when a little bit more of our Fiesta fighting will be ensuing on further. About 10k gold lead now over for the side of the Get Money Boys because of all of this money that Pike has accumulated for his team already.
And that 10k gold difference is a little big, little but like huge right now. But as you said, I mean, late game is their game to play. They know kind of what they got to do. So hopefully they kind of just play off of that, and hopefully they're able to kind of get back in this game and make it something exciting. Because the side of Get Money Boys could be a little overconfident, be like, "Oh, we got this," and then next thing you know, it's an ace and the whole game's different. But Lord Zoltan knows he can chunk up C Brown, comes in with the fear, tries to grab him. Ooh, just does not put the resources of an ult, wants to save that maybe to take out Trustiest Karma or anybody else, like a little Dizzy maybe with their low later on in the big team fight.
Yeah, much so. But speaking of which, let me see if I can do a gold check real quick over onto the support. If I hover over his ulti, hold shift, he given a total of 1600 gold. So that's half an item's worth thanks to his ulti alone. That's quite a bit
Man.
of gold that they generated thanks to the
Oh,
fight.
here comes the
Oh,
sleep. Better be careful, feeding lesbian.
woo!
Because with those long range, I mean, even Kaisa lands it. She goes in with her instinct, and then just oh man, like it's really scary potential once you get caught by some of these sleeps or anything coming on that way. But I was gonna give props to Lord Zoltan a little. Oh man, poor guy,
Ooh.
Lord Zoltan flies in again. Oh my gosh, Trusty's Karma has to ult to try and save herself, but hit with the exhaust, super low. Little Dizzy coming in,
Oh.
trying to change things up. Cold Flow's low.
Oh.
Little Dizzy just needs a little bit more, gets the kill, misses the spike from El Big Daddy, does go down, but huge shutdown gold, and Trusty's Karma comes in with just a little cherry on top for the kill. Needs to be careful though, because Emery is right there saying, oh yeah, might not be a wall for you, but it's a wall for me.
A little bit of a Fiesta fighting over in not even taking this tier 2 tower just yet. They're already fighting in that area. They took it away top lanes, but that's beside the point now. They're just really want to duke it out, just fighting it all day long. They feel that they're powerful, but they did shrink some of their gold lead down thanks to all that fighting and bounties being claimed. Shrinking down only to about an 8k gold leads, but I mean 8k gold leads still two items plus a little bit extra change right there. Uh, yeah.
On the side of Get Money Boys has the third drag. They just need one more for the next one that comes up is Soul Point. It's not gonna be for a while. The more danger right now for the side of Lighthouse Storm is Baron. They have to get some vision as they've been doing. They have to clear out some of the Get Money Boys vision so that they can kind of get the upper hand on this next fight. But they know that they can't really put some pressure there right now just because of how the lead's going.
Yeah, I'd be a little bit scared if I was on over to the side of Lighthouse Storm, because Get Money Boys, although typically Cloud Drake not a scary thing, or Cloud Soul not really a scary thing to give a team, it is a little bit for Get Money Boys. If you're looking over it, Everest getting movement speed buff means he can stick on harder, low tone with the ulti. He
Oh,
might be
here
going in.
comes the ulti. Emery pins him up against the wall, blows him up. But Lord Zoltan tries to come into the back lane, gets knocked up for the kill. Emery still chasing hard. Here comes the TP in. C Brown's getting chunked, and the sleep lands down here with the TP coming in, pins him up against the wall. El Batty coming in with the kill with on Trustiest Karma. Marco Flavo picking up the kill, still putting damage out. Marco Flavo's not getting touched in this fight. Just perfect positioning on their side. Terrible fight take from the side of Lighthouse Storm. You were trying to contest, just got unlucky with Emery pinning people up against the wall and saying sit. That's the tough part on that engage right there, that they were able to lose on that one.
Yeah, and I didn't want to bring up at the time because we're in the thick of things, but I do want to point out you did say El Batty instead of El Big
Yeah.
Daddy, so can we do if someone has enough blue essence, can El Big Daddy just change his name to El Batty?
Just
Greatest
do
name.
it real quick for me. Help me out just so that I could get the proper name down. And I don't see, hey, throw it in. Maybe make it a Clash team name. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Speaking of Clash, it is coming up on this weekend here. Lo is doing a little bit of zoning. We're onto this Baron now, and this might be the ceiling envelope for the Get Money Boys in order to close out this game now.
And with that Baron pickup, oh, here comes the sleep. Oh, they want to help. They really do on the side of Lighthouse Storm, but they know how much damage is coming out because Marco Flavo is online.
He is definitely online. 4-1 now. He has 2 items. He's working towards that third one, which is going to be some sort of attack speed item, I'm guessing with Dagger. Zeal, probably Runean's Hurricane, just to apply some of his passive more on other people. But for now, we're just going to be moving on forward with everything. A little Batty grabbing another hook there.
And he's just being pesky and knows what he's doing, but with that Umbral Glaive, able to clear out vision so quick. Oh, Zilch kind of poking, and I'm just saying, hey, I'm here. I'm still here. You gonna do something or
He
not?
put down another ward.
God, it's just gonna get taken again.
And then Odin in the chat saying L Big Batty.
Yeah, L Big Baddie. Just want to know it started here. Whenever he makes it big and everything, just know L Big Daddy's new name change. It came here.
Yeah,
Started from the bottom.
whenever he moves on to the LCS, just know this is where his origin of the name came.
Man, L Big Daddy's still on the hunt, but they got Feeding Lesbian is able to make it out. Oh, my Cold Flow with the sleep has just been hitting everything across the map. Able to make it out though with the shield too.
And
Here comes another crab in the bush. Something corny's though, like, Mundo, I got a little bit more health. I'm still kind of good. Oh my gosh, JK. Cold Flow is like, what? Oh my goodness.
Help?
They're just
taking those privileges away.
they're just I think, oh, here comes the ult. That's a deep dive. Even with the Nautilus. Oh, the hook just missed off to the right. And the knockaway from Poppy. C Brown also is in trouble. Marco Flava 1v1ing. Emery's literally under the tower, just how tanky it is. And little Dizzy trying to jump in, trying to make something happen. Just gets blown up from Cold Flow in the background with the artillery shell flying in. And El Big Daddy wants to take out Feeding Lesbians. Goes in with the flash and the dash. And that's one mix mash into the end.
Yeah, looks like that's going to be the win for the Get Money Boys. Really nicely done for them. Really, like you said, we had Lighthouse Storm with really beefy boys, but Get Money Boys can snowball their lead, which they exactly did. Then had Nocturne as well as having that Pike in there to really expedite some of these leads, getting a really nice amount of money off onto him. I don't know if I can check right now. No, it doesn't look at. Oh, actually, I might be able to. No, he's down, so I can't check it down. I was going to check how much gold that El Big Daddy got with his ulti, but yeah, being able to expedite some of their leads thanks to having some of these strong snowbally champions. They got one kill and just turn into 2, 3, 4. Even giving out that first blood in the early game didn't really matter. They were able to come right back into it and end up with a 14k gold lead there. You have any lasting thoughts for this game?
On that one, they're just limit testing towards the end of that, and I think Get Money Boys, as I said before, said get your money up, not your funny up, because right now they're just that gold lead was just once Pike was getting those kills down there, it shifted the side of GSM to the winning side. So we'll kind of see how it goes on moving into the split. But in the chat, what's up, Levi's? How you doing today? What's up, Odin? How are both y'all in the chat? But other than that, I mean, it was just sadly just a little bit of a snowball. Not as exciting of a game, but I mean, a lot of fights and a lot of chunking. So that was a good sight to kind of watch from our side.
Yeah, a really nice game there. So looks like we have to get money, boys. Moving on to 2-1 alongside a spawn point now, while Lightheart Storm will be falling down a little bit further to 0-3. Still have some time in order to try to make it back on here. It's only week 3 games that we're showing so far, so you have plenty of time in order to try to make a comeback. We're going to see if Lighthouse Storm just pull it out with a straight win streak, going all the way to the end, make it all the way to the end, to the finals in our and I'm looking forward to it. So right now, we're just going to be it for tonight or this afternoon. With the Vastaya conference games, we have I believe 3 for tomorrow. I believe we have one bye for this week. That's what or one bye. That's why we weren't able to get 3 games for tonight or today. I'm still saying tonight. I don't know why. Anyways, for tomorrow, we're going to have 3 more games. It's going to be the Yordle Conference, so make sure you tune in. It's going to be at 1 o'clock again as well. It's going to be casters. I believe it's going to be Curie as alongside of Kin. So make sure you tune in for that. But I've been Retro Dragon. He's been Images, and we'll be seeing you guys later. Bye bye.